Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are playing Super Mario Bros. 2, the US version, not the Japanese version. This is the version that was originally released as Doki Doki Panic in Japan, and then it was remade into Super Mario Bros. 2 for the United States audience because the Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2, which we know as the Lost Levels, was too difficult for the United States audience, which had recently recovered from the early 80s video game crash. So, now what is... I get hit right away, of course. I am playing the NES version, by the way, and I got the Super NES version recorded previously. Now, I'm actually playing it on the Nintendo Switch and playing it on the respective hardware because the emulation is really good, but plus, I also get to play with the NES Classic controller on the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you buy these actually come in a pair, so you can actually put them on the switches, like on the side, and play it that way. It's kind of weird, but you know, it's still a cool feature. You know, if you ever come up with a cool use for it. But anyway, yeah. So this was originally released as Doki Doki Panic in Japan. I believe it was for the Famicom Disk System, not on cartridge, and it was rechristened as a Mario game. But what a lot of people don't know, and Gaming Historian did a really good video on this, so this is according to his video and according to a lot of stuff on Wikipedia and some quotes and whatnot, but Doki Doki Panic was originally not Doki Doki Panic. It was built as a prototype Mario game that was vastly different in terms of gameplay and all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool that, you know, a lot of people do not consider this version of Super Mario Bros. 2 as a real Mario game, when in fact it was originally developed as a prototype Mario sequel and by Miyamoto and his team of people. So it is in fact a true Mario sequel. And some people may not agree with that, and that's okay. But if you look at it this way, like take the first-person shooter Destiny, made by Bungie. Early development, rumor has it that it was a Halo MMO. It might not have been, but let's say halfway into Destiny coming out, being developed, that Microsoft had reacquired Bungie and then made it into another Halo game. Would it be a true Halo game? It's like, well, it still captures its original Halo feel, which I feel Destiny does. And also, it was made by Bungie, so in a sense, it would have been a true Halo game. So one of the major differences with the Super Nintendo version of this game and the NES version is if you die in the middle of a level, you have to play as the same character that you initially picked. Where the Super Nintendo version, you get to pick another, repick your character. And there's also some minor differences in, like, you know, the slot machine minigame at the end of all the stages. But other than that, all the Mario games on Super Mario Brothers... I'm going to take a little shortcut here. All the Mario games on Super Mario All-Stars for Super Nintendo, they play pretty much identical to the NES counterparts. So, I mean, that little thing where you reselect your character when you die, that's pretty much the only major difference that actually makes the game easier. And I wish they didn't put that in there because I prefer it to not be easier. I prefer it to be exactly the same as the NES version. But other than that, they're all faithful recreations. So, really cool thing about Super Mario Bros. 2, even though it's only a one-player game, you know, all the other Mario games, like Mario 1, Mario 3, they are two-player. This is only one player, but you get to select your character. If you ever hear a lot of like feminist-type people cry about not enough women in video games, not enough playable characters, they need to shut up because you could play as the princess. You can play through the entire game as a princess and save the world and everything on a game back in I think it was 1986, 1987, whenever this game was released. But back in the late 80s, you could do that. In fact, one of my sisters, her and I used to play this game back and forth, and she always played Mario 2 because we were huge fans of Mario 2, and she always played as a princess. I played as a princess in just one of the levels, which is coming up here. But for the most part, control-wise, it controls pretty much just like a Mario game with side-scrolling and the jumping and holding B to run and all that kind of stuff. But you pick up and throw objects, or you can stand on top of enemies and throw enemies into other enemies. So it's a little bit of differences, but it still kind of feels like a Mario game. I'm doing a Warp Zone shortcut here. And this is kind of a speed run that I do. But instead of getting hit with 2 hits, you have a life bar on the side with little jewels there, like 2 little jewels. When you're down to your last jewel, you get shrunk. Like, let me get hit right there. Like, you get shrunk, but you can still duck in when you're shrunk, unlike Mario 1 and Mario 3. Now, you don't get the benefits of being shrunk where you're less likely to get hit by things, like in Mario 1 and Mario 3. So you still have to duck for things. So it's more of just like a little graphics thing. But if you watch me get a mushroom, I will still grow big. And I'll get an extra life bar as well, too. Got some coins there. You know, just like just about every other Mario game, you collect coins. But they kind of serve a different purpose in this game. There's no score, no time limit. A lot of variations in terms of stuff, like scrolling up and down and that kind of stuff. Hidden doors and all that kind of stuff. I actually think that this is the best out of all the Mario games on NES, even better than Mario 3. Mario 3 was fantastic. I mean, people were hyped up for it and everything. I mean, it was in the movie The Wizard and all that kind of stuff. But I actually, when I look back on it, don't die. I actually think that this is the best Mario game on NES. Even better than the first Mario game, but it's also kind of weird because Super Mario Bros., the first one, I don't consider that an NES title, even though it is, chronologically it is. But to me, it is not an NES title. This is the slot machine minigame, by the way. If you match 3 things, you get to get an extra life. If you get a cherry, like you put the cherry in the first, you get an extra life. You get 2 cherries or 3 cherries, you get more than a life. So, I used to be really good at that. Oh, there we go. We'll get an extra life there. I used to be able to time it really, really well. I love playing on this controller, by the way. So this is the stage that I play as the princess, by the way. And when I was a kid, I used to play as Luigi a lot. Each character kind of has like their different gameplay styles. Like Mario's more well-rounded. Luigi jumps slow, but he jumps higher. Toad moves the fastest, but he doesn't jump as high, but he can pick up items the fastest. The princess is the slowest, but she has this floating ability, like you hold down the jump button. And I use the princess on this stage because it's easier to get to the warp zone on this stage. But also, she doesn't like jump slowly like Luigi does. So that's why I play the princess on this one level. Besides, I gotta show off the princess. Everyone loves Princess Peach. Fun fact. Oh, by the way, if you grab 5 cherries in a stage, you get the Starman, traditional Super Mario Brothers power up here. But anyway, here is the warp zone. There's, I think, 3 warp zones in the game. There might be 4, but I'm pretty sure it's just 3. So we're going to play as Luigi. We are already on World 6. There's 7 worlds in this game. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I do not consider Super Mario Bros. The first one as a NES title. I consider it an arcade title. And even though I know chronologically the NES version was developed first, it was just in America, the arcade version of Super Mario Bros. Was released in arcades first, and then released on NES a year later. But that's how I got into Nintendo games, was by playing the arcade version, and then I wanted an NES. So to me, that's always the definitive version of Super Mario Bros. And you can actually buy, let's see if I can go to the home screen real quick. You can actually buy the arcade version of Super Mario Brothers, which I got it down. Oh, here it is. No, that's Super Mario Brothers 5. Where do I got it? I got it somewhere down here. Oh, there it is, right there. Arcade Archive Super Mario, or Versus Super Mario Brothers, because all the Nintendo arcade games had Versus in front of it, because that was like their name of their cabinets. Yeah, that's always going to be the definitive version of Super Mario Bros. For me. And it's a little bit harder than the NES version. Oops, did not mean to do that. Yeah, I mean, this is such a fantastic game. And the reason why I consider this the better of all the Mario games for the NES is because the controls are really responsive. There's not that sluggish feeling, all the jumping and the moving and the quickness of it. Like, if you play Mario 1 and 3, and then you play Super Mario World on Super Nintendo, which game feels like, in terms of like the character movements and like the responsiveness of it? Oh, that's okay. We will do it again. And unfortunately, because I'm playing the NES version, I can't select like Mario or Toad. Yep. But in terms of like how the characters move and how responsive they are and stuff like that, Mario 2 feels more like the later Mario games, like Mario World. There we go. Just gotta hit Birdo 3 times. What's funny is the instruction manual had Birdo named as Ostro and Ostro named as Birdo, so I actually messed that up during the printing process. But all the Nintendo Power magazines and the strategy guides and all that actually had them named correctly. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the jumping mechanic. If you duck and hold down, you get the flashing and you get to do like a high jump. And they also brought this game over to the Game Boy Advance when that came out. But I don't like the Game Boy Advance version. It's a great version, but I thought they made the game too different. I would have preferred if they just made a straight up port of the Super Nintendo version, like they did with Mario 3 and Mario World. But whenever I want to play a Nintendo Super Mario Bros. Game, this is always the one I go to. Fun trick there. You can actually pick that up as a projectile is about to hit you, and it triggers like a invulnerability during the pickup animation. Ooh, but I got hit again. That's okay. Down to my last life. I think that's like the reserved lives. I think you got one more life. Alright. There we go. There's a lot of doors and hidden areas and all that kind of stuff. But Mario 2 was the first game to be on the cover of Nintendo Power. When I get to the final level, I'll show you guys a really cool shortcut that I learned back when I was a kid. I don't know how widely known the shortcut is. I assume the shortcut is known to speedrunners. Speaking of shortcut, here's a shortcut through this game right here, or through this stage right here. Go the back way, sink in the sand, spam the jump button so you don't die, and go through the back door. But anyway, there is a shortcut in the game based on how the stages are programmed in the game. And I never saw it in any Nintendo Power or anything like that, so I assume speedrunners know it. Ugh. There we go. And because I'm on the final stage of this world, there is a final boss. And this guy's pretty easy, because you just make a wall of the throwing mushrooms. So yeah, this game was developed by Miyamoto and his team of people. So it is in fact an actual Mario game, and there is a lot of elements in this game that they used for future Mario games as well. I really wish they would make a direct sequel to this game, actually, like a modern version of it. You know, like they make new Super Mario Bros. Like they make a new Super Mario Bros. USA or whatnot. So now I'm on World 7. I'm in the final world already. I'm going to pick Luigi because he jumps the highest. because Luigi allows me to do some shortcuts that I can't normally do with the other characters. Normally on this stage you go all the way over to the right and get a path so you can jump on this bird and have him carry you across the level all the way back over the left. But since Luigi jumps the highest, I can crouch, glow, and do like the jumping boost move and get here early. But you're only at the halfway point of the stage. Alright, get that guy there. Plenty of enemies here. Oh, that's okay. He disappeared already. I'm going to carry this shy guy. Oop, oop. It's alright, this will work. A little bit of slowdown, just like playing on the NES. Yeah, the emulation on the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games on the Nintendo Switch, it's very well done. So a lot of vertical stages. You didn't have that on the original Super Mario Brothers. So definitely a huge leap in terms of level and game design going from Mario 1 and Mario 2. Alright, I'm already hit and shrunk once, so now I just got to be careful. Now if I wait here, there we go. Oh, that's okay. Is this my last guy? Yeah, alright, so I'll have to be careful so I don't have to start all over. I was playing better earlier when I was playing the Super Nintendo version, which is the pre-recorded version on the left side there. Alright, we'll play as Mario during the final stage. Oh, that's not good. So another way to refill your health instead of getting the mushroom is you destroy enough enemies and a heart will come up and give you one thing of life. There it is. Of course, it's going to be way over there. Of course, I'm going to do that again. That's alright. We'll live. Alright, so here's a cool shortcut I'm going to show you right here. And this can be done on lots of different stages throughout the game that can take you to lots of places. But I learned this back when I was playing, because I used to play Nintendo with the NES Advantage, and you can use like the turbo button, stuff like that. I used to figure this out by accident one day, and you could actually, how you kind of fall off the chains there, or ladder, or whatever you're climbing, if you can jump just right, you can actually jump off the chains. There we go. And a lot of the sections in the game, like all the doors in and out, it's all just one big long area of the game. And here's all the various rooms in this stage in the game. And that's that other path there. There's a door close to the final part of the stage, and here is the final part of the stage. And because I came over from the side, the key doesn't spawn inside a Birdo, so I just throw it. And it just hits him right there. Oh, heart perfect. Alright, go into the door. And here we are. We are towards the end, just like that. Kind of a cool trick. Hold the key, go into the door. Get my mushroom blocks a little closer. Because this door right here, they trick you with this one. It's actually an enemy. And here we are, final boss. Instead of fighting Bowser, you fight Wart. Now instead of getting hit with 3 hits, You gotta do 6, and you gotta throw the vegetables in his mouth. But you gotta watch out for the things he spits out, because that will actually destroy the vegetables. So you gotta time it just right. Ooh, almost got hit right there. Yeah, I think Wart makes a cameo. I want to say Super Mario RPG. There's another Mario game where he kind of makes a cameo. Might have been one of the Game Boy games, like Wario Land or Mario Land 2 or something like that. I forget which one. But yeah, they really need to make a sequel to this game and bring back Ward as the boss and all that kind of stuff. People that don't like this game or don't think it's a true Mario game, they got to give it another chance, because it's definitely one of the best. And I didn't think it was one of the best when I was a kid, because I wanted that traditional Mario game, which is why I was so excited for Mario 3. But, you know, once I kind of grew up and went back and played more retro games, stuff like that, this one became my favorite out of the NES games. Easily my favorite out of the NES ones. And that's it. 6 vegetables. Wart is dead. At the final part of the game, you go in, you rescue the people of the land. I have no idea what my speedrun time is right there. And whoever played through the most amount of stages, it shows 0 for the Princess Peach because I went through the warp zone. But whoever... I love that little animation. They carry Ward off to the side and then they beat the crap out of him. Yep, Mario saved whatever world that he's in. Or, it was all a dream. Kind of a fun little ending there. And then, of course, it shows like a little cast of all the characters in the game and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah. That is Super Mario Brothers. Excuse me. That is Super Mario Brothers 2 for the NES, or for those in Japan, that is Super Mario USA. Let me know what you think. Do you consider this a true Mario game like I do, or do you not consider it a true Mario game? Do you consider it something else? So, again, the original game was called, or the original released game, I should say, was called Doki Doki Panic. But the prototype of that was designed as a Mario sequel prototype. So, and that's according to Wikipedia, some quotes, and the video that Gaming Historian did on it. So if you want to take that with a grain of salt, that's completely okay. But let me know what you think. Is this your favorite version of the game? Do you prefer this one, the Super Nintendo version, or do you prefer the Game Boy Advance version? Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for coming to my video. If you would like to help my channel grow, please like and subscribe, and please click on this little bell icon so you never miss a future video.